I am Nathaniel P Hoot-Whistle son, and the other day I was stuck taking the booze in my bar when I heard the strange kind of noise above coming from the sky, and everything in my bar started to shake. There were strange lights outside, and then suddenly all these little aliens appeared right in my bar in front of me, and it was the aliens that tried to abduct me about 3 months ago, and they come back. They said they'd been filming my life, and they found me really interesting, and they were going to take me back to their home planet so they could run experiments on me and dissect me and find out how my brain works. And I managed to get them all drunk, and I sent them back to their home planet. I was hoping I'd never see them again, but it looks like they're back. And they were just all stood there, and they had their arms crossed, and they were not pleased in the slightest. They looked really ticked off, son, and they were all shaking their heads. And one of them stepped forward, and he said, "We are no longer a fan of you, Mr. Hootwhistle. You have betrayed us. We were going to be nice enough to take you to our home planet and run experiments on you, and you should have felt a privilege that we were going to do that, because it's an honor, sir, to be experimented on and dissected by us would have been the greatest honor you could ever have in your entire life, and you spoiled everything." And they said, "We don't watch your life anymore. We don't record what happens to you. We don't record your adventures anymore. We don't watch any of them. We erased them all, and we threw them all in the trash." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And then one of the aliens came up to me, and he had these slimy hands. Last time I shook his hand, and I wound up the slime on my hand, and it's still goddamn there. And you can't really see it properly, but there's this weird thick slime down my hand that won't wash off. And they said it'll be there for a year. And the alien went up to me, and he put his hands on my face. And he slid his hands down my face and my beard. And he said, "Now you've got slime on your face and your beard for a year. There's not a damn thing you can do about it." And then he laughed. He laughed this weird, strange, kind of backward alien laugh. And then all his colleague friends all laughed too. They said, "We're still going to take you to our planet and experiment on you, and you can't escape this time." So I jumped over my bar, and I ran out into my garden and jumped on my horse, and we just charged right through that bar, knocking over the aliens like skittles onto the floor, and right out through the front door and down the street. And then in the distance I heard this weird high-pitched screaming, which must have been the aliens in their frustration. And I looked behind me, and I saw them running out of the bar into the street, and then they all vanished in flashes of light. And I noticed the UFO was above in the sky, following me and my horse. And no matter where I went to, they found me. I rode all over town, and they found me everywhere I went. I thought, how am I going to escape these sons of bitches? So me and my horse were just riding along, trying to find a way to escape from this goddamn alien sign. And the ship's just following us, flying high above us wherever the hell we go. A couple of times we almost lost it. We kind of hid away right in this dense forest, but somehow it just knew that we were there. It must have had some kind of like scanner type thing, and there's just no goddamn escape. But we tried. Oh, we tried. Oh, we did. We tried it down to goddamn escape, son. And at one point, we were just racing down the street, and then I found myself floating right up into the air. And I looked below me, and my horse was still riding along. I don't think he even realized I was gone, which I found a little bit kind of insulting. My own damn dear horse didn't realize I'd been taken, and he was just running for his own damn life. So I'm not going to be very pleased with my horse if I see him again. And I may have to not give him any whiskey for a few days. And then as I saw my horse just riding away, there was this huge flash of brilliant white light, and then I suddenly found myself on some kind of table. It was like an operating table. There's just all this darkness all around. And I couldn't see anything in the distance. And then all these little figures started to move out of the darkness towards me. And they were all chattering in their own little alien language. And I've been restrained. There were all these straps on my wrists and on my ankles. And I just couldn't move. And then they all started to laugh. They were all giggling. And they were looking at me, and they were like nudging each other and laughing away. And one of them came up to me and he said, "Mr. Hoot-Whistle, you're going to get what you deserve." No, they actually had the same accent as me, which was kind of a little bit strange, hearing these little gray aliens talking with my kind of voice. It's because they've been watching my life. They've been filming me, watching my life for so long that they began to pick up my accent. And the little head gray alien, he said that, "Hoot-Whistle, we're going to take you apart, son. We're just going to dissect you right here and now. We were going to take you to our own home planet, but instead we're going to dissect you right here in our spaceship and over your own hometown." Because they told me that I was like 25 miles away from where I live, but they've just flown the ship back to my hometown, and they thought it'd be kind of funny if they dissect me in their ship hovering over my bar. Somehow they thought that would be a lot of fun. Oh, maybe for them, son, but not for me. This isn't going to be fun for me at all. And I tried to offer them some whiskey from my jacket, because I remember how much they loved the whiskey last time. And they just laughed. And they all looked at each other and laughed, this kind of knowing laugh. And they said, "Don't try to trick us, Mr. Hoot-Whistle. That whiskey trick won't work again." And I happen to have a bottle of vodka in my other jacket. 'Cause I don't drink vodka. Vodka's not my thing. I always drink whiskey. Whiskey every damn day, son. They said, only booze I like. I'll only drink whiskey. But for some reason, I had this sudden thirst for vodka. I didn't know why. And I kept the bottle of vodka in my other pocket. And I said to them, "Have you ever tried vodka, sir?" And they told me they hadn't. I said, it's nicer than whiskey, which I don't think it is personally, because I prefer whiskey. But I tried to convince them that the vodka was nicer than whiskey. And for a moment, I thought they were going to believe me. I really did. And they actually took the vodka out of my pocket, and they took the top off the bottle, and they sniffed it. And that they had one tiny taste. And then they just laughed, and they just poured the rest out onto the goddamn floor, son. I said, Charlie, there's something I can give you, son, to prevent you from taking that scalpel and cutting into me. Charlie, there's something you might need or want from this human world that you don't have on your planet. And that they said to me that there's nothing you can give us, Mr. Hoot-Whistle. There's not a damn thing that we want of yours or from your world. We just want to dissect you. So that was it, son. There's nothing I could say or do to save my life. And I thought, that's it. Time's up for Hootwhistle. I've survived death so many times in the past. So many damn times I've survived. But it looks like this is it. This is the Hootwhistle's last stand. Or last laying down, because I'm on an operating table. And then they got out the scalpel. And then the little head gray alien, he said, "It's time to begin now, Mr. Hootwhistle. It's time for your operation."